Hey, what's up guys, Matt here from TechRite Reviews, and today I'm going to be bringing you my full review of the LG Gwatch after 3 months of continuous use. So right here I have the LG Gwatch, one of the first few watches to be running the new Android Wear operating system that was announced in late June by Google at the developer conference. Before I get into the review portion, a quick rundown of the specs shows that it has a 1.65 IPS LCD screen on the front, a 400 mAh battery that easily lasts a day, but I'll get into that more later, a 1.2 GHz Snapdragon 400 processor, Bluetooth 4.0 low energy, 4 GB of internal storage, and 512 MB of RAM. For me, the display is a great size. It's big enough where you don't have to look too closely to see information, but it's not too big on the wrist. Another complaint about these displays is that they're too hard to read in any sort of sunlight, but I find on even brightness setting number 2 out of 6, I can read it in sunlight whether I'm outside or anywhere else where there's lots of light. Because the display is by far the biggest use of battery, Google's chosen to include in the Android Wear operating system an option where you can either have the screen turn completely off when the watch isn't in use, or this dimmed mode where you'll still be able to see the time, but it's basically a black and white screen. Battery life has been one of the biggest concerns people have been having about all the new wearables coming out lately. In this watch, it does a pretty good job of battery life. It's nothing like the Pebble where you can go a week or 5 to 7 days, but you can get 2 days out of it with somewhat light usage, but you can definitely get a day with using it pretty much all day as much as anyone would really ever use a watch. I leave the dimmed mode on, so that will also use probably another 20% per day, but I still finish most days with at least 50% left, which in my mind is more than enough for all of these watches. And as long as you're fine with throwing it on the included charging dock that connects to the magnetic pins on the back of the watch, every night or every other night, you should be really happy with the battery life overall. The rest of the watch is just an unassuming black rectangle. It doesn't have any standout design features like the Moto 360 being circular, but it just sits on your wrist and you won't really notice it that much except for when you're looking at it. However, if you do choose to, you can put any 22mm band on this watch, so that really opens up how much you can customize it. Additionally, the entire watch is waterproof for up to 30 minutes at 1 meter, so you never have to worry about it if you're out in the rain or washing your hands. The rest of this review is going to be focused on the Android Wear software, which is composed of 2 parts. One, the app you install on your phone, and then that connects to your watch over Bluetooth, and if any apps on your phone installed are made for Android Wear, they'll automatically be installed on your watch, so you never have to worry about that. And the watch does use your phone's internet connection, so unlike some other smartwatches, you don't have to buy a separate data plan. Once you get all of that set up and run through the tutorial, none of which takes more than a few minutes, you'll be presented with your home screen, which is essentially just your watch face, and if you want to customize it, you simply long hold down, and then you can scroll through all of the installed watch faces. Although Google doesn't officially support the third-party watch faces just yet, if you search on the Play Store, you will find quite a few of those that you can also install. While all of this is great for customizing your watch, the real reason you're going to be buying this is because you can have Google Now and all of your phone's notifications right on your wrist. The first part of this is Google Now. It's almost the exact same one that you've been using on your phone, probably for a couple years now. It's still really fast and accurate, it's just the results you get won't have quite as much information to accommodate the smaller screen size. So simply by saying OK Google when the watch is on, or tapping the screen, you can get directions to places, find out information about the weather, people, or just landmarks you're nearby. The notification system on this watch will mirror all the notifications you get on your phone, so you'll get things such as text messages or emails, and from there you can do a few actions like archive or simply reply to them. But additionally, you'll get notifications generated by Google Now. These will be things such as sports scores or directions to a place nearby. If it's lunchtime, it might give you directions to a restaurant. Overall, it's really incredibly useful. It's great not having to look at your phone every time you feel it vibrate when it's just some pointless email that you don't actually need to get your phone out to look at. And the Google Now notifications are very helpful at times. While these are the main features of the watch, third-party apps also play a huge role in this, especially as bigger companies begin to support it. There's apps from Evernote, even OneNote from Microsoft, and a bunch of other third-party apps that can be actually really helpful. And if you get bored, there are a few games you can download so far, including a clone of 2048, which is actually surprisingly playable on such a small screen. But Google's way of getting to the apps is really long, so I suggest installing an app called Wear Launcher. It lets you simply swipe in from one side of the screen to access a list of your apps instead of tapping through multiple menus to get to them. Additionally, it provides a few quick toggles to adjust settings such as Wi-Fi on your phone, and you can also adjust the brightness of the Android Wear screen, which is really nice since it doesn't have an included light sensor. Overall, after 3 months of use, I really can say the G Watch is a great first attempt at a wearable running Android Wear. However, unless you're an early adopter and always want to have the latest tech, it's probably a better idea to wait because there's going to be a lot more coming in the next few months that may have more features, better battery life, or some feature we can't even think of right now because these watches are all so new and we don't really know where Android Wear is going yet. But if you do decide to buy this watch, you will really enjoy using it, and it is one of the best Android Wear watches out there. So thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.